지금 다운로드 받으세요.
Welcome back to the next arena, esports fans, Starcraft 2 fans in particular. We are now one win away from having Jin Air defeat SK Telecom T1 again, just like they did in the round finals. All right,
okay,
don't die, GTR.
This chair is very dodgy.
Monster's dangerous.
Yes, but yeah, Jin Air is ahead 2-0, and Maru is the favorite for this next game against Classic, and if Maru wins, it'll be 3-0 Jin Air against SK Telecom T1, and honestly, I did not expect that. I honestly expected this to go to the ace match.
I'd say Maru is the weak link of these four players right now, and I know it's crazy to say that, and Classic is on the rise. He had a really rough time transitioning into Legacy of the Void, especially with his PvZ matchup, but he's looking back in full form right now. The question is, can he keep it together? Well, it's up to him to survive here, because they're 0-2 right now, and if he loses, it's all over. So that's an immense amount of pressure onto the SKT Protoss here.
Yeah, all the marbles are in Classic's room right now, so to say. I don't know if that's a term for it.
Like, all the marbles are in his room, and he better not somehow lose all of them. I don't know how he would do that if they're in his room, but, you know, I think I know what you're saying.
Yes, I'm trying to think of that saying, but whatever. Yeah,
all the eggs are in his basket, maybe.
It's all up to Classic here.
He wants to make sure he doesn't lose his marbles.
But look at Maru's record, 12-1. That being said, though, his only loss was to Super. So he does have a bit of a deficiency in the TVP matchup, I guess you could say. Speaking
of losing to Super advanced out of his SSL group, and he did not. So he had a rough Star League group. Maybe he's a bit burned out, because Maru does end up being burned out quite a bit. Classic has the better record in the head-to-head as well. A lot of these games are from when SKT was at their most dominant and Jin Air was struggling. But I personally have to favor Classic going to this, and it looks like I'm not alone. You, Tasteless, and
no, we vote for Maru. You, Monday Caster, and Kanada voted for Classic here.
Okay,
but
so never
it's a very even prediction.
I voted for Classic. I knew that. I just thought it was the top one. All right. But yeah, it's very close. Every single one today has been like 4-2, 4-3. Well, none of them could be 4-2. 5-2, 4. I just forget what I said, guys. I can't do math. But we're going to jump into what could be the last map in this matchup. All right, down in the bottom left, in green, it's Maru, hoping for the 3-0 sweep.
Spawning at the top left for SK Telecom T1 as the Orange Protoss, the Chin Toss as we call him, Classic.
That's right, a lot of people like to call him the Zealot Toss.
Dorsadar.
Yeah.
Because it's like Tassadar, and then also his middle name, or middle character, Dor.
A few people have called him the Pizza Protoss as well. Because
his chin's like a pizza.
Well, no, because in Korean, when you order pizza online, the spelling for dough is do.
Yeah.
And so his name looks like dough, which then leads to the pizza. It was actually Sojung who told me this, and I was like, "Is this real?" But I asked people, and some people, it's probably his least known nickname, but some people do in fact call him the Pizza Protoss. All right, just put it out there.
Yeah, actually, back in the Brood War days, he was known as the Chin Terran because in Brood War he played Terran.
Right.
And then the Chin Toss was stats until he got the surgery to fix his chin up. So.
By the way, look at this, a CC first. Yeah. This is pretty rare. Obviously, with the level of aggression that a Protoss can put on you, especially with pylons at the bottom of the ramp and things like that, this is kind of out of the question on most maps, but on this map in particular, most Protosses, including Classic, will even blind Gate Nexus core, and so as a result, Maru will likely get away with this. Let's see where Classic scouts, because he could get lucky here.
Yeah, even with the changes in Legacy of the Void, starting off with more workers, we've seen a lot of players, even Hero as a Protoss, go for that early Nexus first, and then in this case Maru go for the Command Center first, because the map is so large that you can get away with something like that. And we actually see 3 racks here. Are we watching Tager play? Or is it it's Maru, but 3 racks is such a Tager thing to do.
Wait, are you sure it's Maru? Like,
it's like Tager's just sitting under the table, just controlling everything.
It does say his name up there. It looks like Maru in the booth. I don't know. But like when I look at the build, I totally agree. It could be Tasia.
I mean,
I think this is all fake. I think they just put his picture up there and his name up there, but Tate's
it's just like
strings.
pre-recorded. It's like not actually Maru in the booth. It's just a pre-recorded
like Maru,
video
can you
game.
sit in the booth and just like pretend like you're playing while you play this VOD of Taja versus Classic? Well, Maru can get a lot of Marines out with this, obviously, and because Classic scouted him last, which is why I don't like 4-player maps that have this size, because it's like there's so much luck that goes into this. But it's a good build for the map as the result. Because he scouts him last, there's not that much he can do directly to punish. He is going to have a Robo, so he will have an early Warp Prism, but by the time he gets over here, Maru will have so many Marines, and there's no way for him to know it's 3 barracks up there.
Yeah, the main weakness of these 3 barracks is that your factory tech, followed by the starport tech, is slightly late, so you can't get the Medivac out, can't get, Banshees or whatever you want to get out those advanced structures, but the advantage is that you get a lot of Marines earlier.
I think the best play here for Classic is to get a 3rd base and skip Blink, because he doesn't need Blink to defend any pressure, like you're saying. Look, Maru is afraid of this as well. That's why he has his SCB patrolling over where Classic would likely take a 3rd base, because he's like, all right, let's see if he just goes super greedy or if he's going to be aggro.
Oh, he's going to get the shading as well. He's going to see these barracks. I think a very good not counter, but a very good option for Classic as well would be to go for the quick Dark Templars, because without the combat shield, those Dark Templars will do a lot of damage to those fragile Marines, so...
Definitely a possibility, but Maru is going to play it safe here because he still, was over there scouting. There wasn't a 3rd base for a long time. He knows the 3rd base wasn't up quickly, and he's actually going to go Blink. I think this is unnecessary given that there's nothing that's going to hit him unless he wants to be aggressive with it, which is totally possible again because he hasn't taken that 3rd Nexus. He's adding gateways and extra gas, so he knows what he's up against, and he's chosen Blink intentionally.
Yeah, I think these Blink Stalkers are just going to be very safe. He just wants to be able to control the map, not let Maru out of his own base. And I'm actually curious to see when this 3rd timing will come out from Classic.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if he'll take it at all. Okay, I was going to say.
Okay, there we go. But yeah, he actually expands towards Maru. It's quite interesting.
Generally, lends itself more towards that Blink Stalker aggression. And here's a Warp Prism coming out. Watch that production tab to see if any gateways get added here as well.
Yeah, but generally when you want to do Blink Stalker harassment, you'd want to get that +2 weapons upgrade really quickly, and we haven't seen any sort of Forge from Classic yet.
I'm fine with him doing it without it. Here's the gateways I was talking about. He's just going to pressure with it a little bit and try to deny Maru from taking a 3rd base while he takes his own. Maru's going to have Stim by the time this hits, most likely. It's getting closer and closer. Combat shields will be done shortly afterwards. But the only concern for Classic would be Maru's first medevac, because he can defend this while sending a drop across. So Classic will have to be wary of that. With the positions he's taking here and the vision that this Warp Prism's going to give, as well as I think he's got an observer down there on 9 o'clock, he should be able to see something like this coming.
He's got that even as the turret just placed there. It's going to lure away the Warp Prism. Oh, he actually does a nice pickup. The turret's going to try and stop this Warp Prism from doing any more damage, but got a further warp in. But the stim is nearly done, so once that stim's done, I think this harassment will stop.
Well, he's going to actually look to go towards that main base. I didn't expect him. I was hoping he was going to split. Looks like he might actually commit fully to the main base with the Warp Prism. Once the glaives are done, he might blink in. So he's going to poke at the front, try to get a tempo advantage here, and then when glaives finish, he does big warp-ins and tries to end the game
Here we go.
with a push.
Here's the Warp Prism, but these Marines are in position to stop that Warp Prism from deploying.
Yeah, that's totally fine, though. He forces a stim here. We've seen this aggression work really, really well in the past.
Okay, he's not going to pick off this Warp Prism, but that's unfortunate for Maru because he wastes a stim, and you have to remember, going for that 3 racks play, his medevac's going to be very late.
Yeah, he has 1 out right now. No, 2. Okay, so he did switch the reactor early, so he's going to have 4 in total in just a minute. And Maru's solution to this problem is to actually counterattack. But look, 3 gateways are about to finish. Glaives are about to finish. This is going to be an opportune moment for Classic to do mad damage in the main base if he can get this Warp Prism in. There's a unit force, though, set to intercept this. Maru's very smart about this.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, he sees it, but he needs to stim.
Both players reacting very quickly. Another forced stim, though.
Yeah, as I said before, forcing all those stims when he just got those medivacs out, it's going to hurt in the long run because there's not enough energy to heal these weakened infantry units from Maru. All
right, glaives are done. This is when Classic wants to attack. He doesn't know about the drop that's heading towards his base, though. But at the same time, Maru is going to really struggle to defend against this push.
Oh, Maru's army is caught off position here. His reinforcements are going to get eaten up by these adepts. And
oh man, there's Blink Stalkers as well. He blinks on these. He's going. Maru needs to attack the natural right now, and he's hesitating. Look at the minimap.
Yeah.
He's not attacking.
Okay, now he comes, but it might be too little too late. There's
Look
the
at
first
these
pylon
pylons.
overcharge.
Yeah.
But it's only one. It's only one. I mean,
these Marauders units, though.
These Marauders are doing nice job, but he's actually going to move back.
Not enough.
Oh,
Maru's in trouble.
Too much.
Yeah, he's coming up here. He's going up the ramp.
Oh, I mean, this ramp's going to do a really nice job trying to funnel the army of Classic, but Maru has a really nice... Okay, no, these adepts are just going to shade in.
Yep, that should be game, actually. I don't think Maru can defend this. He's going to try to get a good position over here. These units are wasting their time trying to kill Classic's base. He needs to... Okay, this is a smart move. Hit the third base instead, at least, or send those units home. Because if Classic wins this fight, he wins the game. It's not going to be like a base trade.
Well, the problem here is that Maru's production is being under fire, while Classic's production is just...
Totally fine.
It's still running, yeah.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
And then there's pylons are up with the overcharges. Classic needs to overcharge or at least warp some units in.
You had those medevacs set to move command as well, so they weren't healing, so he wasn't getting as much healing power there. I mean, this adept attack is doing so much damage. Finally now onto the Nexus, though.
He's trying to snipe the Nexus, but I don't think sniping the Nexus is enough for him. Oh, there is that sneaky Widow Mine.
Yep. Few probes going to go down here. He needs to get all of his adepts fighting. He's microing back at home. The lack of medevac energy you were talking about is coming in full force here.
He's actually going to defend from this.
He needs to blink out. So much damage done, though. Maru is down to 15 SCVs. The Classic's third base survived. And even if he loses more probes back at home, he can make them with triple chronos.
Yeah, but Maru's actually doing a very nice job here, just trying to pick up as much as he can with this small group of Marauders. But here comes the Immortal, and the Immortal just ate Marauders for breakfast.
And he's going to continue the attack. The Marauder force can snipe that Immortal now that the barrier was baited. I think that should be what he goes for. Okay, he's just going to run away instead. He wants to keep all of his units alive. That's the one thing Maru has in this game is he's 40 army supply to 33. Like, he has to somehow try to snowball this game with a small army. Every second that goes by, the massive advantage in economy for Classic is going to wear on him.
Well, if there's anyone in the world that I'd want to be controlling these units, it'll be Maru. Maru can make something happen.
He can make anything happen. He beat Zest in the round 2 finals with something like this, but I think he's just simply too far behind. He needs to make something happen. Every second that goes by is horrible for him.
Oh, and here comes the Warp Prism as well, and we'll see whether Classic will decide to warp in with this Warp Prism. Okay, no, it's just there for harassment, but actually, here we come. Maru with the counterattack at the second base.
Okay, and he's got some units here in the main as well. This Warp Prism, or rather this Mothership Core alone is not enough. He's going to snipe the Nexus. Snipes the Nexus. That's the kind of damage he needs to get done. He's going to lose a medevac full of units, but very well worth it. Absolutely well worth it.
I mean, Maru's actually doing a very nice job trying to stay in this game, so if he snipes like another Nexus, it'll be very hard for Classic to, you know, just snowball this game away from Maru's Maru's position.
One of the cool things about Terran is even if you're down in SCVs, you have mules. The other thing is that the buildings fly. So in a minute here, when his main base mines out, he can actually relocate that to a third base and get more mining. He doesn't have to drop 400 minerals on a CC. And Classic is hard-pressed to put the pressure counter-wise back onto Maru here.
Well, this is actually a lot of units from Maru. He can actually take up the straight fight.
Yeah, just checking 1-1 upgrades for Maru. No attack upgrades or armor upgrades whatsoever for Classic. He never made forges, so...
Well, he's going to pick up this medevac, though. Every medevac counts in this situation.
Yeah, every stim counts as well on that same note. Okay, depots go down. He wants to take the fight. He could try to get some units on the high ground here. Meanwhile, he's going for a snipe. There's no units here, and it looks like Classic is forced to fight.
Yeah, the question is he going to warp in to try and support this attack at Maru's expansion, or is he going to try and defend this? And the Nexus is going down so low.
Probes are trying to help defend as well. Maru has a huge bioforce of better upgrades here. He's going to win this fight.
And he's going to get the Nexus as well.
Oh, he does not. No. He does not get a Nexus. And that Immortal being protected here. But still, Classic's going to lose this fight.
He's going to kill everything.
He's going to go for the counterattack.
He can just snipe this Nexus, and there's no mining at the main or expansion. He's lost that expansion.
This Nexus is going to go down. There's no way you can stop it.
And look at the mineral count of Classic. It's like nothing.
He needs to get the Mothership Core in position. He needs to try to defend this attack.
He can just stim and snipe it and then run back.
Yeah, I think Classic should just abandon this Nexus.
Here we go. Here's Maru. What he's going to do here? He's going to fight on, or is he going to snipe the Nexus?
He's low on energy on his medevacs as well. All these Marauders are pretty low too.
Oh my god, this game's so tense right now because anything can happen to swing the game in either player's favor.
Classic's trying to snipe Marauders here.
He's going to lose it. Oh, I thought he was going to lose that Immortal there.
He's just trying to buy time for that Nexus to regen shields.
It's not enough though. It's like what, 150, 110.
Thing is, if he focuses it though and it has more shields, yeah, he's going to kill it, but all of his army will die and Classic can kill him. So it's tough for Maru to make the choice to focus that down right now. Look at this. He just killed a Widow Mine. He's like being so careful. He's trying to make every unit count, and he still has the better economy. Okay, triple drop going to the main.
Oh, we're going to
spotted.
Here's a mini Doom drop here, trying to take out this pylon, really take out this gateways as well.
Mortal using the barrier, trying to do damage here. Look at all the damage that Maru is taking. This is not working out for him.
Oh, I think he was trying to lure the army away from Classic and try and snipe the Nexus in the meantime.
You're exactly right. Yeah, you're exactly right, but it didn't work.
It didn't work. As I say, the horseshoe drops.
Yeah.
But,
he's trying for it.
Yeah.
Every second that goes by, though, is not good for him. He needs to relocate his main while he's doing all this, I think, because his main is mined out.
Yes, his main is mined out as well. He only has 20 SEVs, so whatever units, or whatever damage he can do with these units is going to be very pivotal.
Okay, he's going for it here, but there's too much health on it.
And I think that Mothership Core has full energy, so it's going to be able to cast those pylon overcharges.
And I think Maru could have fought with his army earlier, but now it's too late.
Okay,
I think this game's starting to snowball out of control in Classic's favor.
I think Maru just gave Classic too much time. Too much time to get that critical mass of units.
I think he should have sniped it right away. Yeah. Like you said, he should have just gone in and sniped it immediately, but he gave him too much time. Look at the unit count. I mean, it tells the story. There's almost enough adepts alone to beat Maru's army at this point.
I mean, we look at the unit count here. There's 2 Immortals, and there's going to be a 3rd coming along soon. And I think around when you get 3 or 4 Immortals, it's just going to be able to snipe out those Marauders quite quickly before the Medivacs can heal.
Oh, he's okay. Might go for it here, but there's units in position. He can't even get it if he wanted to. Nice micro by Maru. Picks off the Immortal.
There's a blink forward, though, from Classic trying to snipe these Medivacs.
Good micro from Maru, like incredible micro, in fact, but it's just fighting with such an inferior force. The shields are regenning on that Nexus. He's coming around from the left side. Liberators, though, I think change the tide of this battle because there's not a lot of Stalkers. There's only 2. There's only 2.
I think these Liberators will... They'll answer whether Maru will win this game or not.
Okay, he needs to make sure the overcharges are on point here.
He's only got like 1 overcharge, though. He's only got 90 energy.
Okay, here we go. He's about to have 2, but like you said, he only has 1 for the time being.
And he has to use it up. Maru can just wait this out.
But so can Classic. He can build units to deal with the Liberators, and he can avoid the fight. Classic is the one who really can wait this out because he has more mining than Maru does.
Oh, that's so close there from Maru. Nearly lost that Liberator.
Okay, he's going in. Meanwhile, that Adept drop is coming back, and Classic is using hold position. He loses the Mothership Core, and it's so hard for Classic to fight against these Liberators.
Yeah. I think he should just leapfrog each Liberator one by one.
He's going to commit. I think he's going to commit.
Let's see.
There's the shade. It goes in, targeting down the Liberators. The first one's down. The second one's going down as well.
I think that might be just enough here from Classic. Those Immortals doing so much damage.
Yeah, once the Liberators down, that's it. He's going to try to go for a drop. The blink forward here for the chase. Maru does get by, but he's lost so many units. He's lost so many units.
Oh, this reinforcement here from Maru might be enough here for Maru to stay in the game. This game's so close right now.
Okay, he's going for the counter snipe.
I think he might go for
he's going for the counter snipe, but it's got too many shields.
No, he has to go back. Oh man, this game's so close right now. I'm at the edge of my seat.
Yeah, me too. I'm freaking out.
I'm gonna fall off in a minute.
This is way too late. This is way too late. This could have been done a long time ago, but he was so focused on his multitasking, he did not do it.
I mean, he's barely mining at all. Maru, look at the mineral count here. It's just so low.
But now he does have this, you know? And he's gonna snipe this Warp Prism.
That's a very nice win. Very nice win there from Maru, but he did have to use up the stim.
Maru can come back here. This is still a winnable game for him. It was a big stem, like you said, but he can actually snowball this game back into his favor. I think Classic needs to punish this base hard now. He sees that it's located here. And don't forget, he has enough money to make double Liberators again. And that's how Maru's going to win these fights before we have any further tech, because tech is just so far away at this point for Classic.
Oh, he catches the army off guard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite unfortunate here from Classic. He's got a very bad angle.
Here come the Liberators! Oh, Maru's going to win this fight! He's going to win this fight!
There's too many Marauders here. The Marauders are just going to eat up these Stalkers.
Yep, and now Maru can end this game, I think. He doesn't even have to chase these Stalkers. He can go across the map. He's got those 2 Liberators still. Stalkers trying to kill 1 SCV on their way out.
He might be able to snipe this Nexus as well.
Easily. Easily.
There's only 4 Adepts here. There's enough firepower in this small group to take out the Nexus.
Classic can't come home with those Stalkers anytime soon. In fact, he's not even sending them home.
Oh, he's trying to warp in here, but it's only Adepts, and Adepts aren't that great against these Marauders.
Oh, good micro here from Classic. A lot of stims being used. You know, you talked about that earlier. It's been so important in this game. Even a Zealot warped in here.
There's only 4 patches. Look at Classic. He's just on his nose because he's lost a 1 game. This is what Maru can do in StarCraft 2. This is why Maru is one of the best players of StarCraft 2 of all time. This is an amazing game.
Oh, he's going to take out the Nexus. Down it goes.
No.
Oh, he just
hit it. Just hit it.
He can just hit it. It doesn't matter either way. He's done it. Next to the 21 health, down it goes. Classic trying to harass with his Stalkers meanwhile, but there's no way in hell he's ever going to defend this bio. He's 1/4 the army supply of Classic. He's trying to find damage here with these Stalkers, but they will eventually be cleaned up. The 1/1 upgrade Maru's had this entire time eventually will win him this game, and that is going to be it. And Jin Air is going to take the 3-0 win. GG!
I'm a loss for words because only Maru he's like the only player in the world that can make something out of nothing. We saw it when he played against Deer. We saw it when he played against Zest.
That's right.
And now we saw it when he played against Classic. This is why he's one of the best players in the world.
You said it best when you said, if I had one player who had these units, I wanted him to micro it and come back, it would be Maru. You said it. It was true. He does close the series out 3-0. And Jin Air's dominance continues. +3 indicator versus SKT. And this will put them at the top of the scoreboard with a 3-0 and +8. So their indicator is 2 points higher than KT Rolster, who also is sitting at a 3-0.
And we have to remember, on the other side, SK Telecom lost 0-3. That's -3 indicator points. They're sitting at the bottom of the table. Afrika, MVP, CJ, all these teams are ahead of SKT right now. And
SKT is no longer eligible to go to the playoffs for round 3.
Yeah, and that could mean a lot for the grand finals because getting that first or second seed is so pivotal in the grand final scheme of things.
That's right. And as we saw with that graph earlier, they're now sitting at 3rd place in total points. Very impressive day here for the Jin Air Green Wings. And no doubt that Maru will be the MVP. That game was one of the best games I've seen in my entire commentating career. Look how happy he is.
I mean, please recommend this game to everyone. Recommend to Reddit. Recommend it to Team Liquid. Recommend it on Dig if you still use Dig. I mean, that game was just incredible from Maru.
Incredible, incredible play. Unparalleled, the master of terror, the master of multitasking and micro in moments like that. And he didn't even play a perfect game. He made some mistakes, but overall the decision making he made was superior to Classic's, and he won the game off of his harass and his multitasking. He took out so much of Classic's gateway production as well during those moments. What a game.
Yeah, so we see here the results of this match, Jin Air against SK Telecom T1. Jin Air taking a 3-0 road with a really nice swarm host strategy. SOS taking advantage of New Gettysburg. And Maru, words can't describe how well Maru played that game against Classic.
Yeah, not in this language anyways, man. Maybe the Korean commentators sit over there on the other desk, but I'm like, I can't. We did everything we can, but I still don't think we did justice how well he won that game. And SKT, bottom of the barrel now. And I got to worry for them going into grand postseason. They're already not going to this playoffs, but I think they really need to take some time to look at their roster and which players they're playing and how poorly some of the star players, some of the champions on their team are doing, because I think it might be time to start using some of their B-teamers in some of these matches.